You get an opening statement, then we'll turn it over to the players.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we beat a good team. You know, Diedrich's team is, you know, an old veteran team, champions, and known for their defense. And they really played hard defensively against us. And you know, I just thought it was a great game for us to play. We played better tonight than we have been playing. I thought our defense overall was a lot better, especially on Anasicki and Milstead, who we felt coming into the game, if they had big games, we got a chance to get knocked off. And we did a good job. Our defensive rebounding has to improve, but also for all these guys, it's, you know, the first NCAA game, you know, so there's a little bit of, you know, like, I don't know if it's it's different. It's just different. And the other thing that happens too is there are two things just environmentally. One, I don't know what, there was no crowd when guys were warming up, you know, and because of the short time in between, if there's some way in the future they can change that, because these kids from both teams need to go out on the court and have band, crowd, and whatever. They shouldn't have empty seats, and that's for both teams. And then that damn floor was slippery. I mean, it on both ends. So I don't know what it was. And I know it wasn't the shoes. Nike called me and wanted me to make sure I didn't say it was the shoes. But yeah, we're really pleased. And I thought Mark made 2 consecutive plays there in the second half that produced 6 points. A loose ball, AJ got a 3. Then he made a terrific pass to Paulo and scored and got a, you know, and Paulo hit the free throw and got 6 points. Mark, when your 7-1 center's doing that, that's you got a good chance of winning.
All right, we're going to turn it over to players. Make sure, right here in the middle first, Avery. Make sure you say your name and affiliation, and just to the players at this point in time, and please direct it to a player.
This is for Wendell. Steve Weisman for Raleigh News and Observer. You, speaking of the slip floor, you fell 2 or 3 times there. How are you doing? You hip okay? And I know you took a hard fall a couple of months ago down the road at Clemson. So is this residual from that, or how you doing?
No, it definitely wasn't that hard of a fall as it was at Clemson. But yeah, I'm definitely doing better. Really, hips just a little tight. Once I got it moving again back in the second half, I thought it was definitely okay. So I'll really get it checked out later. I mean, I'll be good to go Sunday either way.
Dick.
Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. This is Paulo. You've had a lot going on the last couple of weeks with the end of the season, the ACC tournament. Talk about how it is now just being able to maybe relax and concentrate on one thing with the tournament. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's good just for the team. It was give us a chance to kind of reset and, you know, just reset on things heading into the tournament. And we get a chance to take it one game at a time. You know, we know every game our season's on the line, so you know, it just makes sure everybody's sharp and ready to go. So it's been good. I think, you know, we've locked back in on the defensive end. Can still improve though, just with rebounding and stuff. But I think our mindset's there, and our willingness to actually go out and do it is there. So just gotta keep going, keep building.
Aaron.
Aaron Beard with the AP. This is for Paulo as well. Mike said he thought you guys looked a little fresher when we talked to him yesterday in the days leading up. Did you feel that way today after you guys had a chance to regroup and focus on yourselves a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good amount of rest, a good week to prepare for the tournament. So we got a chance to, you know, rest our legs, get ready, and get treatment and everything. So, you know, I definitely feel like we were fresher out there. About it.
In the middle.
Hey, Mark. Brendan Marks from The Athletic. Yesterday, Coach was talking about defensive communication, how important that was for you guys. Paolo said he thought it was better tonight. What did you make of the defensive communication, and how important is that for you guys going forward?
Yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job on that. Obviously, it can always improve. for us to do well, defense is going to be really important. Communicating, making all those right, decisions, rotations, whatever it is. And then that, translates into offense, transition, whatever. So that's huge for us. So.
Far right.
Mazer, ABC 11 in Raleigh-Durham. After all the anticipation, guys, of playing in the big dance, watching it from when you were a kid, you all talked about it. Just how does it feel to get out there and get that win?
I mean, honestly, it felt amazing. Really just to go out there. I mean, honestly, we all had no idea what to expect. Like Coach said, we've never been in ourselves. So just really all of our atmosphere was just great. I mean, to be able to do it with these guys right here next to me, the guys in the locker room, I mean, I really wouldn't want it any other way. I mean, honestly, I'm glad it's been 3 years since I got here. I mean, because this is for sure a special moment.
Right here.
Hey, Paolo, Alex Jackson, the Duke Chronicle. You mentioned in an earlier tweet that you were a ball boy for a previous March Madness, and this would be a full circle moment for you. How does it feel to finally come out of this game, get a win in your first March Madness?
Yeah, no, it definitely feels good. Just actually playing and being out there, it's just a real surreal experience just being out there for playing in March Madness. You don't really realize it while you're out there. You're just kind of in the moment, but in times like this, you kind of sit back and it's like, wow, I remember being a ball boy and being on the baseline and just dreaming of being on that court one day. So the fact that I'm here is pretty cool.
Right there.
This question's for Mark. Mark Krzyzewski, WREL in Raleigh. You recorded a career high in assists tonight, and you've kind of collected a lot of those over the last few games. Is that something you've kind of made a focus of over this last little bit of stretch?
Not particularly. I think I just wanted to make the right play. Obviously, teammates were knocking down shots and finishing the plays, so credit goes to them, I'd say.
In the back.
Lauren Walsh from WXII in Winston-Salem. This question is for Wendell. Yesterday you said this team has not reached its full potential. Where do you think this game stacks up in what the full potential can be?
I think it was for sure a step in the right direction. Like Coach and Paulo said, we got some work to do. On the defensive end, start with our defensive rebound. For the most part, I feel like our offense was good. We didn't turn the ball over too much. We got some good shots, but also we took some bad shots, so there's always something we can clean up.
This question's for Wendell. You guys at several points throughout this season have played games where you've said, I think we're close to where our potential is. We're getting there. We're almost there. Where does this game fit into that? Do you feel like you guys might be peaking now at the right time?
Again, I mean, it's really just a step in the right direction. We've had a great week of practice. We got better this week in practice as well. So I definitely feel like everything that we worked on in practice, I'm going to kind of translate to the game today. So we can keep building on what we've been learning, what we've been working on. I think soon here we'll reach our full potential.
Last question in here, and then we'll have one on Zoom.
Yeah. Wendell, this is Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News. Did you guys have much awareness? I mean, was anything said amongst yourselves about, not letting happen to you what happened to Kentucky last night, making sure you were sharp at the start and carried it through?
I mean, we all watched the game last night. So for us, I mean, obviously we didn't want it to happen to us as well. So all of us as guys, we knew we had to lock in. I mean, it's March, so you really never know what can happen. So we didn't want to be put in that position where the fate of our game was someone else's shoes. So we wanted to come out, take care of business early. Again, they're a great team. They fought hard all game. We beat a great team. And for us to get to where we want to get to, we're going to have to beat another great team and another one. So again, it's just we just got to keep building here.
Final question for the players goes to Christopher on Zoom. Chris, say your question.
Hey, this is Chris Heidel from Herman from Radio in Baltimore. Congratulations on the win tonight. What did you feel like getting into the second round after your performance tonight after a tough ACC tournament match?
Paulo, you want to take that one?
It was good. Like I said, after that ACC tournament, we was able to hit the reset button, get fresh, and focusing on this tournament. Just to get that first game, out the way and be able to focus on Sunday is good. So yeah, now we'll see who we play and lock in.
Thank you, gentlemen. Right here in the middle.
That'll see you. Have him see it.
Go ahead.
Steve Wiseman, News and Observer. Coach, how would you assess the communication on defense? That was such an emphasis coming into this game. How do you think they did?
Yeah, just a lot better, and the effort. We played hard. They played really hard. I mean, they're an older team. You got 4 starters back, 4 grad transfers. Throughout the year, it's probably the oldest teams that my teams have ever played against. And there's something about that when you're playing against guys, they're men. They're men, and they're playing hard, and they're well coached. And they have a history of playing good defense, and they showed it tonight. And their offense really puts you in a tough position to communicate, because there's a lot of dribble exchanges, and that's why until late we did a really good job on Anasicki, and Paulo did a really good job on him because he's the leading scorer in their conference, and so it's a big improvement, because the last 4 games we've been a really good defensive team, but the last 4 games we were a really bad defensive team.
Right there in the back.
Ian O'Connor with the New York Post. Mike, obviously, this is your first NCAA tournament game since 2019. I realize 3 years is not a long time, but did it feel to you like a long time? And as the game unfolded, how much did you miss that experience that this tournament presents?
No, it is a long time, Ian, and that team that we had when the pandemic hit was a team that I thought had a chance to go deep. And then last year was just a lost year for us. And so, it felt great to be back here. I wanted to make sure. I was concerned about how nervous our guys would be. They've had a great week of practice. But then, you go out on the court. That's why I mentioned the thing about the crowd. When there's no crowd, then is someone going to show up? And, our kids did a great job, and it was great. It's great to be back in the tournament. Hopefully, we can do well again on Sunday.
Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Kind of following up on that question right there, Coach. Again, right now, you've been through a lot the last few weeks and all. What's it mean to you? As far as just being able to relax and coach this last tournament.
Well, that's not happening. That's no. Relax has not been there since June, so which is fine. I mean, that's what you do. But no, we're excited and proud of the fact that we're going to play on Sunday. So you get re-energized. But tonight will be a real late night. The teams are playing right now. You don't know who you're playing and scouting and whatever. So there's no time to sit back, and whoever we play, you got 2 of the great coaches in our game, in Bobby and Tom. So, and we know we're going to play an outstanding team.
Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News. Right at halftime, before the second half started, when you came out, you went right to AJ. You spent about 45 seconds with him. He came out and played a terrific second half. Was there anything in particular, a message you were trying to send there?
Well, he had 3 open looks, and a big part of us being good this year is him having those spurts. And he had one right at the end of the half, and I thought I didn't want him to be down on himself. He's only 18 years old, and he wants to do well. I just said, relax. Those are good shots. Have fun out there. Just don't worry about the first half, because a younger player accumulates either good or bad more than an older player. And he didn't have a real good or productive first half. So it was just that. And he's a great kid, and he responded. That kick out when Mark got that loose ball to him was a big exchange in the game.
Right here.
Hey, Coach. David Thompson, USA Today Network. You mentioned the slippery floors. Are you concerned about player safety in your next game?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I haven't watched the other games. Did that happen in other games here? This afternoon? Yeah. Well, then somebody should look at it. I mean, that's not good. Again, I didn't. If you, I believe you. So can I trust you? All right. And no, we got to be concerned about that. I mean, yeah, I'm concerned that hopefully nothing serious is with Wendell. I mean, your season's over because of a slippery floor. It's not very good.
Last two questions here, starting here
Actually,
in the middle.
Paulo said he slipped running out for warm-ups on where our bench was. I mean, most of the slipperiness was on the other side, but he said it was on this side also.
Hey, Coach. Brendan Marks from The Athletic. You mentioned the intensity. I think you guys had 2 or 3 blocks by the first media timeout. Did you get a sense this last week of like a renewed hunger, like a renewed sense of trying to prove yourselves, or was there any sense of that this week?
Yeah, all of that, Brendan, and more. The season is so long, and they are a young group. So when they accomplished and won the regular season, I thought they took a deep breath. And then we had Mike screwy weekend, and then right away 3 games in the ACC, and there wasn't really a time to recalibrate. And I thought we did that this week, and again, it was good enough for tonight. Hopefully, we can build on it.
Final question here, and they'll have one Zoom.
Coach, Quentin Lawson with WFF in Huntsville. You had 21 assists as a team. Talk about the unselfish play overall as a team.
Good point. Our team has been unselfish the whole year, and we could do a little bit more. When our guys are open off the ball, they need to talk more and demand the ball. And an older team does that. Where you say Jeremy, and he'll hit you. Sometimes you don't. They're putting a lot of pressure on people, so you don't see everything. And that's something we've worked on all year, and I wish we could do that a little bit better, especially in AJ's case, because sometimes he's open, and with the ball pressure and that, we don't see him.
Final question on Zoom. Daniel, go ahead.
Daniel Rodriguez, this league with Daniel. Coach, first off, I want to say congratulations on the win. Just how important was it to get that first win, as you mentioned before, not being in the tournament since 2019? And just having the players relax after a win and not getting too excited or too on the moment playing Fullerton?
Well, since 2019, it's not been a big problem because the world is screwed up in the last 2 years. So, and college basketball is back. So we never looked at it. We haven't been in since 2019. We looked at it as we have a lot of freshmen, like it's a new thing, and it's exciting. I mean, we've won an NCAA game. These kids have won an NCAA game. In order to win something big, you have to win NCAA games. And we looked at this as a championship level game, and we'll look at Sunday as a championship level game, and hopefully do a good job.
Thanks for your time,
All
Coach.
right, thank you.
Appreciate it. All right.